think we're gonna have to make some bigger burgers. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian. Yes, today we are bringing you an amazing burger recipe, but not just any kind of burger. This is a quinoa falafel burger. Now, you may be asking yourself, how did you guys come up with a falafel burger? Very simply, we were trying to make falafel and realized that it would be better as a burger.
Yes. And besides, everyone makes falafel.
Mm-hmm.
But, falafel burger and adding the quinoa, yeah. So actually the quinoa came inspired from a place in St. Louis called Crazy Bowls and Wraps. They have quinoa in their falafel. And so we were like, how can we make that falafel? But we couldn't replicate it because theirs has oil and
it's deep fried.
And amazing. And then we were like, wait, what if it was a burger? So that's what we did.
Yep. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. For this recipe, you will need one 15-ounce can of chickpeas. No salt added if possible, and these will need to be drained and rinsed. You will need 1 cup of cooked quinoa. Just cook it according to the package instructions. You will also need 1/4 cup of chickpea flour, 1/4 cup red onion roughly diced, 2 tablespoons of Italian parsley. You can swap 4 teaspoons if you are using dry. You will also need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of low sodium tamari, 1 tablespoon of cumin, a few dashes of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Now the rest of this is all fairly simple. First, you will need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And then in a food processor, you will need to add the rinsed beans, the cooked quinoa, and everything else that was on that list. It's a very, very simple process here. Just put everything together and then pulse it until it is combined. But do not over pulse it, because then you will just form a paste and it won't be as good. You really want to have some of that texture still in there. This is the consistency that you are looking for. Still some chunks in there, but it's got some smoothness to hold everything together. Once you've achieved the right texture, go ahead and divvy this up into 6 burger patties on a baking sheet lined with a Silpat or parchment paper. Jessica really loves to use this little scooper thing. She swears by it as being an absolutely must-have item in our kitchen. Once you've got it divvied up, go ahead and form them into the actual burger shapes. You can also reserve just a little bit to form a little patty for beef. After that, put it into the oven for 30 to 40 minutes, but flip it halfway through. And while the burgers are cooking, let's make the dill sauce. For this recipe, you will need 1 5.3-ounce container of vegan yogurt. We do prefer this Kite Hills plain unsweetened Greek style made with almond milk. It's absolutely one of my favorite things to have on hand because it just adds a lovely bit of creaminess to things. But if you can make your own yogurt, you might want to try that out and it might be even better. Then you'll need 1 6-ounce box of soft silken tofu, but you only actually need half of the box. You can reserve the other half for whatever else you want to do, or if you want to make a double portion of this, go ahead. It is that delicious. You will also need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of packed fresh dill, or you can swap it with 4 teaspoons of dry, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of dry dill, which you reserve to stir in at the end. When we make this, we really do prefer to use our little blender cup. This is a smoothie cup, which is really good for making batches of sauces and stuff if you want to make a smaller batch instead of making a big batch in your primary blender vessel. But this thing's really great. It just screws right onto the top of there, and then you can blend everything up into the cup itself. Also comes with little lids and stuff too, in case you want to actually make a smoothie and drink it from there. But go ahead and blend this all together. And once it is good and creamy, you can go ahead and pour it into a container. After that, mix in the dry dill, stir it, and you are ready to go. Once your quinoa falafel burger patties have taken on a little bit of color, we can go ahead and assemble, which is honestly my favorite part. So here we are using Ezekiel buns. They are absolutely delicious. We do love using them for any type of situation where we use bread. So just start with the bottom piece. Go ahead and add on a little bit of that dill sauce. Put on your burger patty next. Now after this, it doesn't really matter what order you put it in, but we do prefer to do it with a lovely piece of lettuce, some red onion, and a good slice of tomato. Then just top it off with your other bun. You could also put a little bit of dill sauce on that side too if you want, but this makes one absolutely delicious burger. So there you have it, quinoa falafel burgers.
Yay!
Now, I will tell you this was definitely a joint collaboration as far as this recipe is concerned, and we did a lot of testing to get this one right, but it is so good.
Yeah, it just, especially when you do all the toppings and the bun and it just all comes together. But that being said, you could also just make these into like little falafel balls and cook them up and dip them in the dill sauce. The dill sauce,
amazing.
Tangy dill sauce.
Yes.
Super good. But I just want to take a bite.
Let's do it.
We already cut it in half, so we don't have to ungracefully do that. I'm just going to use a plate.
I'm not. I'm going to be messy.
Oh, yes. All those flavors.
So the burger is kind of chewy. It's got a little bit of crunchiness to it. Holds together really well. It's not too dry. And then combined with all the other stuff on top of the burger and these really good buns, just amazing. The only thing I think it's missing is a pickle. Still going?
For me, the only reason I wouldn't add a pickle is just because I think that dill sauce has that nice little tang that you get from a pickle, and I think it would like compete and overpower it. But the dill sauce is super good, and I definitely want to use that on some other stuff in the future because that's a very good sauce. You could even use it as a salad dressing.
Absolutely. Top notch. All right.
It's super good.
I honestly suggest you try it. If you tried our other burgers, the black bean umami burgers, I think these are on the same level as those.
Yeah, and it's totally different too.
Completely different
from
those.
The thing about when it comes to burgers, like plant-based burgers, is it's like people always ask, but what's the texture like? Is it going to be gluey or is it going to be like whatever? I don't know. But don't expect it to be the same burger texture as a burger. Like, it's not meat, okay, people? You can do all kinds of weird scientific things and make like impossible meats and things that have the same textures, but just enjoy these for what they are because they just taste amazing as they are.
Absolutely. But should I get to the close?
Yes.
All right. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already and click the bell that is right next to it so you get notified whenever we post a new video. You can also give this video a like and share it out to the rest of the world. You can also find us on social media, mainly Facebook and Instagram. You can send us messages on there, and we will gladly interact with anyone who does. But I think that's all I got.
That's definitely all I got.
We will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye. Burger time. You gonna eat that, Peef?